And how's everybody doing out there today? This is Temierus here, and today I have Strive. It's early access. It is Wild West, survival, PvP, PvE, crafting, battle royale, MOBA, something or other game. I guess technically you could call it RPG too, because it has leveling mechanics to go along with the crafting mechanics. Because actually it's not really a survival game in as much as the point of the game is to not be dead. It's all multiplayer over. You might notice here in this little bit where I'm just kind of initially spewing off shit for the game that the mouse just kind of seems to have a mind of its own. Don't know why, but for some reason my microphone decided to record so quietly that the noise suppression I was trying to do, try and cut out the hum of my computer fans going off, and it took out my keyboard tacks for the most part, but I still have the mouse clicks, but this thing is just a loud mouse to begin with. And yeah, it recorded so quiet, it just started, the noise suppression just started cutting my voice out. So that was weird. So this is all recorded after the fact, because I wasn't gonna, it might be a spoiler for the end result of this game, I wasn't gonna jump back in and play another game of it to record, especially because I sat on the screen for about 5 minutes before we finally got a match going. So here we are.
Choose your character.
You can bet your sweet ass I was gonna leave that in, but here we are when we finally got a game to go. We had our characters to select. What I basically gathered is you either had a melee McCree, a Reaper, Sans the teleporting, or a Torbjorn being played by Brigitte. So that's how I saw it, because that's basically exactly what they resembled. I decided to go with Lenore. Seemed like the more interesting option. I think it went okay, but you'll be the judge of that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Strive to survive.
So that's the announcement to start the game. Of course, they have to put the title in there, Striving to Survive, because it's Strive. You're trying not to be dead. It's kind of weird to start out because there is a section where the game does have a learn to play, but it doesn't actually exist yet. So there's no how to play. Like, it took me a while to figure out that those were stats up there that I can mess around with to improve my character. I don't figure out how to properly basic attack until, like, I want to say halfway through this game. I was relying fully upon that turret there. And that's the fun sound, which is bringing up some oddities on my part, because that's the level up sound from The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. You may have seen it on its 30th release on the Tamagotchi by now. And not only do I feel that it is against copyright to take Bethesda's content and put it in your game to sell it, pretty sure it's also against their terms of service. And I think it's also against what Steam lets you do. So, yeah, that, I know it's a small thing, but small things can land you in hot water. So I think this game might be landing itself in some legal hot water somewhere by somebody. I at least know I'm okay when it comes to that, because I'm not selling this video to people. They're selling this game to people for $10, if I remember rightly. Oh, here I get to have a battle with another player. They're playing the melee McCree, and what I'm trying to do here is lure them into a trap, but because he was being lured, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna plop down my turret, and it's gonna shoot the shit out of you. I'm, of course, running around trying to figure out how to basic attack until I finally figure it out. It's left click, and then my turret murders his face. And we again get a level up I was a little bit upset that I never actually got to Fusroda anybody because of the sound effects there. So, 'twas interesting. Now here, this is important notes because this is how I spent the majority of this game, which is finding these mobs of enemies, plant my stuff down, basic attack to lure them over, and we murder them. Oh yeah, there was the other Lenora player that started to walk by. Don't worry, we'll run into them later. And there's the, I forget the character's name, but it's the Reaper. It's the totally not a Reaper. And he just kind of wanders around. I sit in my little nest, wait to see if he foolishly comes to challenge my might so I can turret him down. But it goes over pretty well. I just kind of farm these natives for experience and crafting materials, which I'll get the crafting screen up in a moment. It's nothing too special, but may as well show it for completionist's sake. Why does that never come across as the first thing in my mind to say? It really needs to, because that is the term. But yeah, I spend the majority of the game just slaughtering natives for their resources in a very true American fashion. Alright, so here we got our good old crafting menu. It's got your standard fare MOBA basics in it. It's got your health. Well, I guess it's not a standard MOBA basic to have a health potion and a mana potion, but you have a health potion, a mana potion, and then after that you have the items that you craft to sit in your inventory and passively give you stats. Some of them have extra effects that kick off when you click on them. I never use any of those active effects and never actually feel a need in this game to need to use them. Perhaps at some point I would have, but I never did in this game. Another thing I guess I should mention just here while we're looking at the crafting menu, because what I've said about the crafting menu is basically it about the crafting menu. The game ends in two ways. Either the Battle Royale method, where one person is left standing, or in the MOBA method, how there is a, to use League of Legends terminology, because that's the one I'm familiar with, there is a nexus, air quotes, in the middle of the map, and if the nexus, air quotes again, is destroyed, then the game's over. And it's either highest score wins or whoever gets the kill on it wins. Not quite sure how that one worked out because we ended up with the first victory option. There's no time limits or anything. They proudly display on their store page that the game lasts either 10 minutes or 10 hours. It depends on you, and the best strategy will unveil itself. My assumption right now with what's available with the game is it's the kill the other players option. It just seems much more efficient, especially because the environment will probably help you to try and do that job for you. Now this is about the point of the game where it started to get kind of dull, but I had to try and be more daring because I've started to craft up some items. So I just went out and found a mob of enemies and decided I'm just going to start going on a slaughter spree. Try and kill off these enemies, get crafted up. Because though I feel like I have accumulated power in the game, because I had no idea what was going on with the game, and some people have already played it before, and I was highly suspecting that the people I was playing against are those 7 people in the top 10 worldwide. So I was expecting I was going to be completely outclassed. So I wasn't ready to go hunt down players or go to the center objective and have the players drawn to me. So I'm like, I just need to keep farming, keep accumulating stuff for the sake of accumulating stuff so I can be better prepared, better equipped to fight enemies. I'm sitting here getting spirited in my talk, which is upsetting my cat, and it's making me trip over my words. I would say tripped on my tongue, but it's really a lot more of I'm tripping over my lips. It's a really weird, bizarre feeling that I'm sure absolutely nobody watching this gives two shits about, but I just told you anyway because I am rambling, because it's getting late, and I'm upset that my recording's messed up, and this game it was a game. Yeah, it's a game. Man, that is just a bunch of nonsense bullshit I just spewed out there. I don't know if I'm going to apologize. But here we are. We're coming in on the end game. And right here, got another player coming up. It's another Lenora. Look at them. They're trying to challenge my might. So I'm getting ready to do a turret battle. Of course, they have to start running away. But this is a PvP game, damn it. I go over, start shooting. Shit, they're in a healer, so I got to shoot at the healer. Now, here, I'm hoping, because they're basic attacking me, they fall into the trap, which they do, and I feel an amazing genius. Luckily, I've spec'd out my intelligence, so my turret's just dropping the pain on them. They come try run over there, but it's fruitless as I destroy the healer. Then we get our turret fight. Now, I start taking some damage. I'm afraid I'm about to go down, because see, my turret's dying fast. But luckily, as they try to flee, my turret gets him in the back, and I win. Because clearly, I am some kind of god in this game. Not at all. I mean, right now in the standing I am, because though I'm in 4th place as of this video being recorded, I have a 100% win record, which nobody else that is on this top 10, probably also meaning nobody else has ever played this game, has that. So suck it. See? I was right. That was the sound. Don't you do it! Really does get annoying sometimes, doesn't he?
Hear ye! Hear ye!
No!